Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back yet again, everybody. We are back with another fragrance review right here, guys. And I am back. Yes, I am back here in my home in Los Angeles. It feels good to be back, guys. I was on vacation in Singapore for more than a week, and now I'm back with the latest Roja Parfum. And I'm sure a lot of y'all are interested in hearing about my no hype review, my in-depth breakdown on this fragrance. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys, okay? Liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel, especially that we are headed towards 21K. So again, please continue to watch all these videos, deep dive into the channel. We've got everything you need, or at least that's what I try to do. And I've got a huge backlog I'm trying to conquer. And so please continue to support the channel. Thank you very much. And the fragrance that we will be talking about today is none other than the latest Roja Parfums release. This is none other than Roja Isola Sol. Yes, Roja Isola Sol, guys. And this fragrance right here, the moment I heard about the name, the moment I heard about the perfume, looked at the notes, I got pretty curious about this fragrance, guys, especially that this is a follow-up to one of their inaugural perfumes, I would say, in this series, Isola Blu. Okay, so Isola Blu, I think it came out last year, and maybe it did so well, or the hype was there, and so they're like, okay, let's follow this up with another one. Now, before we get into the scent, let's look into the concept of Roja's Isola Sol. Now, Isola Sol in Italian basically means sunny island, guys. And per the concept notes, basically this says that this fragrance is an olfactive postcard to an island vacation, guys. And I was in Singapore, not sure that counts really, but if you've been to places like Bali, Indonesia, Koh Samui in Thailand, Boracay, Philippines, Caribbean islands, Bahamas, what have you, Puerto Rico, I'm sure many of y'all have been into a really a true island vacation, guys. And this is supposed to be kind of like a postcard, an olfactive timestamp to those lovely memories spent there, guys. Now, a lot of things really made me super curious about this fragrance. I mean, number one, this is a coconut fragrance, okay? So coconut is the highlight of this fragrance. I mean, it says there that this is a straight up coconut fragrance. So I was really wondering if this is, you know, another fragrance that copies other coconut fragrances, if this is another bandwagon fragrance for coconut, guys, okay? But also says that this fragrance is an elegant fragrance, which is really the specialty of Roja Dove, guys. So I'm really curious what this smells like. Let's try this thing right now. Okay, guys, now let's talk about the latest Roja Dove fragrance, guys, for 2024. Again, this is none other than Isola Sol. We'll do it in a no hype manner. Now, looking at the top notes, guys, it's very interesting if you know your notes, okay? Because it seems like it is a mix of your typical spring summer citruses such as bergamot, lemon, and mandarin, but also you have these curved notes, these well-known like fruity curved notes such as apricot and peach, and then you have petitgrain, guys, okay? So that's one of those things that I was like, wow, am I going to get some sort of fruity sparkling opening here, guys, okay? But actually this is pretty interesting because this happens to be a core fragrance. And what I mean about core fragrance is that in this fragrance, the mid notes are actually so powerful and so potent that they rise up to the top, therefore making the top notes kind of like just accessory notes to the whole shindig, guys. And that is kind of like the curve ball that I did not expect with Isola Sol. And with that being said, the real top notes are all these notes that I just said, but also a very potent combination of jasmine sambac and that coconut, guys. That's right. So immediately, as soon as you spray this fragrance, the core of indolic white floral jasmine, as well as hints of that coconut start rising up immediately, guys. Therefore, giving you that island vacation feel ASAP Rocky. And so all these top notes that I mentioned, the citruses and the fruity notes, therefore become these accessory notes that enhance the experience, guys. But the core of white floral, hardcore jasmine, plus the coconut is really there. I mean, immediately, guys. So there's no soft landing, there's no sugar coating. You straight up get the coconut island feel plus indolic jasmine. And then, boom, there are the sparkling citruses to give you the sparkling feel, the citrusy feel. And then, of course, you have your fruity, elegant notes, your peach, as well as your apricot to really add, I would say, some elegance into the mix. That's why it's elegant, because there are these beautiful fruity notes and sparkling citruses to add to the mix. Because if they were not there, then this would be yet another coconut fragrance. And as you guys know, given, Killian releasing Sun-Kissed Goddess, which is also a coconut fragrance, and much more others, there's so many coconut fragrances out there right now. This one adds elegance to it via the top notes. Now let's talk about initial sillage and performance. Man, this one was actually strong, okay? And there are some criticisms on Roja Dove perfumes that they're weak and they're just lingering most of the time. But no, this one right here was pretty strong. I would say this one has an aura scent, initial sillage and projection, plus central, thanks to the potent notes right here. But at the same time, really, it's mostly for the wearer, I would say. I mean, this is a postcard, like I said, of an island vacation. So you're going to get it immediately. And I would say it is a mood enhancer as well as a mood calming fragrance, thanks to these notes, guys. And again, let's not forget the elegance because of the top notes, the peach, the apricot, the fruity notes with sparkling citruses added in. And it's really, to me, a nice experience. Now, let me say this, guys, that if you guys do not like jasmine at all, maybe you should try this fragrance first and just don't go blind buying it because you're a fan of the brand, okay? Because there really is a nice heap load or potent amount of jasmine here that, I mean, it is a logical transition into the coconut, guys, okay? It really makes sense to start it off with jasmine going into coconut. And also, don't forget that you will still have those accessory notes, the peach, the apricot, the citruses to kind of like blend in with all of that. But yeah, I mean, you gotta love jasmine to like this fragrance. Now, my first impression of this fragrance was that I thought this was basically the femme counterpart to Isola Blu. Okay, I really felt like, okay, this is a femme-leaning fragrance, straight up. Because, I mean, look at that. Jasmine intro, strong jasmine intro into coconut, which is already done by other fragrances, guys, but then matched with peach and apricot, with no really masculine balancers. I would say Petitgrain is the only balancer here, a green petitgrain balancer in the intro of this fragrance. That's it. But I thought that this was a femme counterpart. But what I really liked about it too was that it stayed true to the island vacation theme. That is definitely for sure. The fact that there's coconut here, there's like sparkling citruses. It really made me feel like, okay, this is one of those island vacation perfumes. And again, femme leaning to me versus masculine leaning. This is definitely, a follow-up for the female or femme leaning fragrance fans of Roja Dove. Okay, now let's head into the mid of Roja's Isola Sol, guys. Now, the coconut. Let's talk about the coconut right here. The coconut settles in and gets thicker over time. As the opening notes kind of diminish, you're going to get more of the coconut. So, of course, if you like coconut, this is definitely one of them. I mean, you've got the SPF suntan lotion, coconut vibe right here in Isola Sol. Now, of course, it is balanced by other florals, opulent florals, as well as more white florals. So in addition to the jasmine sambac, which is one of the most powerful, potent notes here in this fragrance that Yes, it goes up to hour 5 and 6. You have neroli to add some white floral freshness in there, as well as, like I said, the ilang ilang that adds the elegance and the opulence. The ilang is basically light here, but it is a continuance note from everything elegant in the beginning. Basically says this is an AAA plus plus high-end perfume thanks to the Ilang guys, okay? But nevertheless, it's still gonna be your jasmine coconut combination, more of the coconut being thicker, guys, and this lasts up to hour 7. So really, guys, you're gonna get a long coverage of florals and coconut from start to hour 7, which is, again, it's a perfect, like, message to market match from what they said about being this being an island vacation type of perfume. Okay, now let's get into the dry down of Roja's Isola Sol, guys. Now, to me, this was the part that I was really most curious about, because first and second part, easy. Isola Sol, sunny island, vacation, high-end perfume. Sure, that definitely delivers, okay? Start and mid, okay? Now, the dry down to me was really interesting because this is where there's a ton of notes, guys, okay? There's pink pepper, there's sandalwood, there's cedar wood, there's Amiri's wood, there's salt, there's musk, and there's ambroxan, guys. Now, I mean, after trying more than 700, 800 perfumes, guys, I'm starting to see the pattern of how they do this. Obviously, you're going to get some elegant gradient musk, okay, that sets up the dry down. Okay, it's the curve, it's the nighttime transition into all of this. But what's really, really cool right here is how the ambroxan is actually mild. So actually, it's not a strong ambroxan. And this is the first time I've actually smelled a mild ambroxan, because in other perfumes, they go overload with the ambroxan. Here, it's like a slight marine feel with the ambroxan, and then you can really smell this salty accord, the salt accord really come out, creating this sort of like beautiful sunset-ish marine smell combination of, again, that ambroxan with that saltiness, guys. Really quite amazing. Now let's talk about this dry down right here. For me, I guess as a guy, the dry down was actually the best part for me. Okay, I really loved that combination, and also with some woods, you've got like some cedar wood, some sandalwood, you've got Amiri's, which has kind of like this piney fresh smell, and then you've got that ambroxan salty accord mix and then elegant musks. I thought that this was the kind of different one compared to the first two. Unfortunately, it's the dry down, and the dry down starts at hour 7. However, you are going to get a good coverage of this dry down from hours 7 to 12. Okay, so it's a good set, really. You've got pink peppercorn here as well to add a little bit of that rosiness, kind of like that curve right there. But man, I loved this dry down. Woody, salty, slightly marine type of dry down with elegant musks. I thought that this was the nicest part, at least for me as a guy. But again, if we're looking at usability, definitely it's going to be the first and second part. Okay, now let's hear my overall feedback on this fragrance, Isola Sol. Now, the thing that's probably going to stop a lot of y'all from just like straight up blind buying this fragrance is the price. Okay, this is definitely a pricey fragrance. $485 for 50 ml. 50 ml. I mean, just 50, guys, okay? And I gotta say, that can be a barrier, because there are simply a lot of coconut perfumes out there that aren't necessarily expensive, and this is just another one that competes with most of them. Again, Killian Sunkissed Goddess definitely being one of them, guys, 2024 release, guys. But I'm gonna say this, that when it comes to Roja and things being expensive, like I've said before on my last review on Turandot, he makes sure that it also smells expensive. And this fragrance, to me, the moment I've tried this, I mean, I've tried this like more than 3 times or 4 times. I've got to say that this is a fragrance that reminds me of those vacations where I actually splurged, okay? Like island vacations. I mean, for me, Boracay, when I used to go to Boracay, I really stayed at a lavish hotel and I quite enjoyed being in the sun. But then this reminded me of kind of like the sunset to nighttime transition in an island, like a luxury island where you're going from, yeah, maybe swimming with your friends, but then now heading into a beautiful like dinner, of course, outdoors type of dinner with the lights on and it's all elegant, guys, or going into a nighttime shindig or party in the beach or on a yacht. I feel like this is a fragrance that encapsulates that whole experience. Okay, so this one does definitely have elegance attached to it. I would say that this is a fragrance that might come in handy for those situations where you're gonna dress up for nighttime, you're a woman, or if you like just femme perfumes and you just want to dress up elegantly for some night shindig or maybe a dinner with your fiance, your boyfriend, husband. I feel like this is a fragrance that will, be perfect for that, because again, Mr. Roja Dove included all the elegant elements of the peach, the apricot, the sparkling citruses, the ylang in this fragrance right here. So is it worth it? I would say it's worth it for those who can actually afford it. Okay, I mean, definitely try it first, or if you want, get a decant. If island vacations don't happen a lot for you, just get a decant, or I think they do sell a 10 ml official bottle of it as well, or hit up my boy David Sanchez if you'd like one. But I really think that this is a try first, or maybe you should just own a little one. But again, if beaches are your thing, island vacations are your thing, and you're back in the mainland and you miss everything, this will definitely remind you of those good times in Bali, Indonesia, or Koh Samui, 100%, guys. And again, total performance of this fragrance is 12 hours. Okay, again, this is not a weak fragrance. This one starts off with a bang, or a scent with a scent trail, settles down, I would say, like 3 hours in, and then the dry down starts at 7 hours, but still it has some nice like lingering aspects to it, thanks to the pink peppercorn, thanks to the ambroxan and the salty accord. I mean, it's still all there. It's not like a settled down dry down where it becomes like really weak like a skin scent. So I would say performance is really nice on this significant scent, 12 hours. Also, I gotta say, even as a guy and I wore this, I was actually nervous when I wore this because I went straight to work. I still got a lot of compliments, actually mostly from women, because I'm pretty sure they smelled it and they were like, man, I gotta have that scent. But my wife definitely complimented me as I walked out the door, said, man, that one really smells good. But then she also added, but you do smell like a girl. Okay, so I was like, oh man, I'm wearing a femme fragrance for sure, guys. But I got a lot of compliments wearing this one, and I'm pretty sure for those that are compliment hunters, the ladies that are compliment hunters, you're definitely gonna get some with this fragrance, Isola Sol. And that is it. That is my no hype review on the latest Roja Dove Parfum Isola Sol. Okay, I think they really hit the target on this one, especially being an island vacation type perfume. This wasn't like a rehash of something else like they did with Oligarch. And so I think they really hit the target right here. Again, pricing is the one barrier I feel like here, but I think that anyone who likes femme fragrances that have coconut and elegance tied to it, try this one. You're gonna like it 100%, guys. Okay, and that is it. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like and subscribe and check out all my videos. I'll be back for other Roja Dove perfume reviews, guys, but I've got a whole lot more, guys. Summer Hammer is probably coming next, guys. Let me know what you guys want reviewed on this channel that I haven't, and I'll get to it, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys on the next video. God bless. Take care. Peace.